China is reporting 4 more new cases of a rare strain of the bird flu. This comes on the heels of 3 cases of the flu on Sunday, including 2 men who have since died. Joining me now from Minneapolis is Dr. Michael Osterholm. He's director of the Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy. Dr. Osterholm, thank you so much for joining us. What do you make of what's happening in China?
Well, thank you for having me. First of all, let me just say that it's a situation that's changing rather quickly. As of tonight, there are now 7 confirmed cases in 3 different areas in China. At this point, it looks as if from the virus information that we have that it's becoming much more adapted towards transmitting to and by humans.
Yeah, I saw you one time say that when it comes to influenza, expect the unexpected. So what should we expect?
Well, I think this one is truly has the public health community around the world quite concerned. This is a virus that we as humans have really no experience with, so should it become adapted to humans and be transmitted by humans to humans, we don't really have any residual protection in the population. And so it surely could cause a very serious disease and spread worldwide and literally be another pandemic virus. I think the real question is it going to fizzle out, much like we saw with H5N1 in Hong Kong in 1997, or is it going to go on and really become a full-blown pandemic? And we have no idea right now where we're at between those 2 extremes.
Let me ask you, if you would, for our audience, just to kind of walk us through the normal spread of avian flu. How does it spread?
Well, basically all influenza viruses originate in aquatic birds. And when we think of that, we think of the kind of what we say natural reservoir, meaning that there are many, many different flu viruses. Some make their way into domestic poultry, other domesticated birds, and they actually have a certain kind of receptor site, or in other words, their ability to attach to the lungs of birds is different than it is in humans. Pigs are kind of the universal receptor. You can actually infect pigs with bird viruses and human viruses. And what we worry about is when a virus changes enough, either going through pigs or just in birds directly, to now readily infect humans and then allow humans to transmit it to other people. That's when we get a brand new strain of flu virus in people. That's when we worry about pandemics or a rapidly emerging global problem. And that's what we're worried about here.
Let me ask you this. We have a lot of viewers in Asia. Any suggestions you'd make to them that might be watching tonight?
No, I think stay tuned. I first of all congratulate the Chinese government for really a very rapid response and complete transparency. I think they've done a remarkable job at all levels in China of responding to this, and they clearly have been sharing the information with the rest of the world in real time. That helps a lot. That allows us to give the public a much better information. Right now, this may fizzle out. We can only hope that it will. If it doesn't, obviously it's a stay tuned moment, and it's one that could really be very significant, and that's what people have to wait for.
And you're somebody who knows when something's fizzling and when something's actually being fueled. What will you be looking for in the next few days?
Well, one of the things we're going to be looking for is there any person-to-person transmission. We don't have any evidence of that yet, but when people become infected, from whatever source that may be, whether it's some animal or another person, is there evidence of that person-to-person transmission? The second thing we're going to be looking at, does the virus continue to change? Does it become more adapted to one that we'd expect to be readily transmitted among people? And then I think, third of all, are we seeing it spread in a way that would suggest really rapid transmission? Does it get outside of China? Does it move into the rest of the world? Remember that in 2009, with that pandemic strain, H1N1, within 28 days of its first recognition, that virus is in 48 different countries. So here we're going to be watching very carefully, does this virus move? And if it does, where does it move to and what does it do?
It'll be an interesting few days. Thank you so much, Dr. Osterholm, for joining us this evening from Minneapolis. Appreciate it.